Boom. Hey, Mike,
Yeah, what's up?
what do you think about getting us a new intro?
Man, I've been thinking about getting a new intro forever. The intro has
Yeah,
worn its welcome.
it's worn its
I
welcome.
am
Guys,
sick
hey,
of it.
if anybody out there is good at like making intro videos, wants to do some shit for us, let us know and we'll gladly talk with you guys. But it's Thursday night, it's 9 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time, and it's your show, the Mike and Mish Show. We're back. 3 people on the show tonight, triple header. Everybody we're on the show tonight is from Virginia, and they are all performing in the squared circle in the sport that we love at BKFC 39 next week in Virginia. What do you say, Mike?
Man, I cannot wait. We will be there, and
We
that
will be there.
is awesome. I cannot wait for this card. And you want to know what? Big changes on this card, right? As of this morning, and we talked about this last night, right before we get to our sponsors, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got some changes on this card, man.
We do.
And we were kind of hinting at we know who
Yeah,
it
we knew
was.
it. We knew it last night, but
You
and
know,
we're excited for this kid, man, because you know what? He's only 1-0, and that one win happened to be at 125 pounds, I believe. So he's 1-0 at 125, and what does he do? He gets the opportunity of a lifetime to go up to 135 and fight Reggie Barnett Jr. for the 135-pound title. Sorry, excuse me, Daniel Alvarez. Are you fucking kidding me? We knew this last night, and we wanted to tell you guys so bad, but you know,
that's what they say. Always be ready, right?
Rules is rules. No, that's
always be ready.
I gotta tell you right now, and we hinted at it last night. I'm more excited about that matchup than the other one, and it's nothing against Cedar Mom at all.
Yeah.
We know Daniel Alvarez. We saw what he did to J.R. Ridge, and J.R. Ridge is a super high level fighter, and Daniel Alvarez looked amazing that night. And he has been out of action since that night. We know his manager. We know that it's been super difficult to get him opponents.
Yeah.
And here we go. Here we go, man. He is back. He has an opponent, and he just happens to have the frigging opportunity of a lifetime, right?
Yep, that's right. So
absolutely crazy. So there's your breaking news there on top of the other breaking news that we'll talk about later. But before we do anything else, we're going to shout out our sponsors. Then we're going to bring our first guest in for the night. Here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
At the top of the mortgage game, there is a man. His name is Michael Mish. He works for Norcom Mortgage. He's one of the best in the country. You heard that beautiful Rhode Island accent tell you to call him to make your dreams come true. Michael Mish, Norcom Mortgage, 860-884-2103. We also got the guys that we're wearing on our shirts tonight. We got the Guerrilla Warfare shirt here. Mike's got that Juggernaut sweatshirt on there. Go over to GuerrillaWarfareApparel.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish. Look at all the cool shit they got. They're lacing up all of these fighters with really cool gear. They're helping them with their camps. They're helping us with our show. GuerrillaWarfareApparel.com. Mike and Mish, promo code, 15% off. Do it now. Get some stuff. They have the whole Mike and Mish line. You can get t-shirts, hoodies, hats, tank tops, crop tops, whatever you need. Get in there and do that. Condemned Labz. This supplement company is all over the place right now. They've been growing. They've been around for a few years now, but they just keep on growing in popularity. Their supplements are top of the line. I am telling you right now, the creatine's great. The pre-workout's great. Those are the only two that I've tried, but get on there, use promo code Mike and Mish, get 10% off your purchase. BKBetShark on Instagram. He is a betting whiz. He is an extremely high win rate, and he's winning. He's helping people win money all over the place betting on bare knuckle fights. Go to Instagram, go to @BKBetShark, follow this guy. And last but not least, bare knuckle corn snacks. These guys just jumped on as sponsors. They're taking care of us as well. They have like 20 different flavors of different popcorn snacks. Get on bareknucklecornsnacks.com, check out their snacks, and buy some of that stuff. So next time you're watching our first guest throw hands in Norfolk. Fuck, he's going to teach us how. He's going to teach us how to say this shit.
How do you say that? Unbelievable.
Norfolk.
Right.
Norfolk.
Is it folk or is it falk?
He's going to teach us in a second, but Kasim Ruffin is making his debut, and I cannot wait to see him fight. He's fighting, I don't know how to say
Trey
Santos.
Trey Santos.
Yeah. He went to a draw with Nick Villar.
I remember that.
And we were there for that in Wichita. Yeah, in the windy city of Wichita. So let's bring him on. Let's get to know this kid, and let's see where his head's at before he heads into his debut here. Caution, Kasim Ruffin. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's goody? How y'all boys doing? It's Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Thank you.
Like that?
Thank you.
Norfolk.
No folk.
See?
I feel
it's not fuck. It's not fuck.
It's not fuck. It's folk. Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Hey, what's that town like, man? I never been there before, but we're gonna be there next week for your fight and all the festivities. And you know that Mike and I go to all these events. We don't make them all, but we make a lot of them, and we like to have a good time with the fighters and their teams and everything when we're in those towns. So, what's that town like?
It's pretty good. Lots of nice restaurants. It's really trying to transition over to like a artsy district, and I really appreciate that, especially being a mixed martial artist. So yeah, I like art, and Norfolk is doing this thing. Has a couple of free promotion real quick. Stop at Zeke's Beans and Bowls, because that's me and my baby spot. We love going there, and they got some good food. A lot of great restaurants there.
Say it one more time. Nick's Beans and Bowls.
Zeke's Beans and Bowls. Yeah.
Zeke's Beans and Bowls. There you go.
Lots of great stuff over there. If y'all want to stop in and get some extra training in, you can stop at the House of Muay Thai in Norfolk. Great jiu-jitsu spot, all that stuff. Just good place.
Nice. Well, I got to tell you, man, we're excited to go down there. Me and Mike, we're both military, so we've spent a lot of time in the state of Virginia, in Fort Eustis and Fort Lee, and different areas in Richmond.
National Guard base in Richmond. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sandston, Virginia. I spent some time at Sandston. There's an aviation unit over there that I was doing some work for too. We're really looking forward to this event, man. What can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you towards the bare knuckle world? We know that you're a mixed martial artist and you have mixed martial arts experience, but tell us, what started the venture towards bare knuckle?
One is going to be in Norfolk, and it makes no sense for me not to fight on the biggest event that's going to be right here near my hometown. So kind of got to do it, And in the end of the day, like, I'm a fighter, and bare knuckle is a fight. So I'm going to be there, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to have I'm going to have a ball doing it. I like to fight, and it was an honor to be on the call with Reggie Barnett Jr. Reggie gave me one of my first chances to perform as an amateur mixed martial artist. He put on a show called Ready to Rumble or Ready to Fight? Yeah, Ready to Fight now. Ready to Rumble. That was the game back in the day on PlayStation.
Yeah. That's that Michael Buffer game.
Yeah.
Also a really shitty movie starring David Arquette and Scott Conn. Starring a bunch of WCW. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you've known Reggie for a long time then.
Yeah. And I got to train with him for this fight,
Oh,
and
nice.
that was absolutely amazing. I got to get work in and get touched up by the champ. So I feel blessed already coming in,
Dude, let's talk about that for a second, because Reggie is a absolute pioneer of this sport. He's been there since day one. And he has been one of those guys, we've talked about it on the show many, many times. He's that guy that has turned it from like a new thing that nobody really knew what to expect into an absolute art form, like a new martial art in bare knuckle fighting. He has different techniques that he uses that nobody else uses. His clinch game is fucking insane. What's it been like training Reggie and picking his brain and getting to learn underneath him heading into this fight?
It's been absolutely amazing. Just like the wealth of knowledge that comes from him and his dad is amazing. And they're just such good people. Like in the end of the day, they really just want for whoever's going in there to be accurately, like prepared to have fun and just to be able to put on the best performance that you possibly can. Like, so they're going to push you in training. They're going to work with you. They're going to talk with you on like a mental, emotional level, make sure you're good everywhere. Like, so it felt really good and very welcoming to be able to train with them for this fight.
Have you gotten to, do you know any of the other bare knuckle fighters from Virginia that are going to be on this card? Like, I know there's a few on there, but especially the main two. You already talked about Reggie, but do you know Britain? Have you done any training with Britain?
So ironically, I got to train with Britain for the first time, and like it was our first time officially meeting. Like 2 weeks ago when she was down here training with Reggie, and that was absolutely fun. But like me and Brittany have been friends on social media for a while now. Back when she was doing like boxing and MMA, we were pretty tight, and then she transitioned over to bare knuckle boxing, and you saw what the absolute beast she is. Like Brittany's a dog, and
she really
I
is.
love it. Brittany's an absolute dog.
And she's right in that same category as Reggie. Like she's been around for so long. She has so many fights, so many rounds. She has 39 rounds in bare knuckle. Like she has the most rounds of any female that's been stepped in there. And then Reggie himself has 10 fights. You know what I mean? Between the two of them, you got like 20 fights worth of experience to learn, from some of the best that have ever done it. So you've definitely been blessed, like getting surrounded by those two for sure.
Absolutely. And then just with the team that I have, period, I get to train a lot of my striking and stuff naturally with the House of Muay Thai. They have amazing Muay Thai fighters. You got a couple of them who are about to go perform now. You got Landon Jones, who is, look this kid up. He goes by like Ghostface Killer Landon Jones on Instagram. If you're a fan of Muay Thai, trust me, like I'm gonna post him on my story today. This kid is terrifying, and he just turned 18. Like this kid is like
what size is he? How big is he?
He's fighting at like I think his next fight is gonna be at like 132. He usually fights at like 126. I believe he won Worlds at like 126, and then he went up to like 135 and won it same day. They just offered him the next opponent. He was like, I'll take it. 35, went up, beat the dudes. Beat the kid's butt, Shout out to that other kid too. I just can't remember his name. But like he's a beast too, but Landon's just a monster. And then you got the Slim Reaper, who is just, he's like 6'4", 142, just demolishing people.
6'4".
The Slim Reaper, I like that.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
So your background. So your combat sports background is mainly Muay Thai, or like where did you get your start in in what would you say, what is your strongest discipline?
Wrestling 100%. I started falling in love with striking a bit, so in my last 2 fights you can definitely see I kind of got away from my wrestling. And I was just listening to a Chael Sonnen podcast, and he was like, that's one of the first things to go. If you're not actively training it, your like shots and stuff like that will disappear. But like I've definitely still held on to it for like inside of the clinch. Once we're swimming and stuff like that, you're not beating me. My timing for shots kind of got off. You could see it in a couple of my fights. But like once you actually clinch up and grab with me, night for these boys. But definitely strong wrestling base.
So you're excited about the clinch then. You must be. You get to grab somebody up and just hold them down, a little bit different than boxing. So it definitely puts a good advantage to especially wrestlers who have that crazy grip that you just can't break.
Yeah. The boys in for a long night.
So you take a look at Trey Santos, obviously. The only fight that I can remember, I don't know if I've ever seen him fight anything other than Nick Villar in Wichita.
Yeah.
But he did go the distance with him. Nick Villar's a tough kid. We know Nick. He's sort of a local boy. He's a New England guy like us. We know that Nick was training with Zach Kalmus heading into that one. So he was getting, he was getting his boxing up a little bit heading in there. But what are your thoughts on your opponent, Trey Santos? And you know what? How excited are you that they put you on the main card and not the free prelims, man? That's got to be pretty cool in your debut, getting on the main card there.
I mean, to be honest, it's to be expected. Like, I worked to fight. They could have put me at the first fight of prelims or whatever, go out there, whoop boys' butt. Put me as the co-main event, I would have been whatever, go out there, whoop boys' butt, same day. I mean, it's nice. I'm very thankful for it. Trey's cool. His bare knuckle debut with Nick gave us a lot of information. We got to study him for all 5 rounds. We know what he likes. We know what he doesn't like. We know what he responds well to, what he doesn't respond to. Honestly, I know exactly how he's going to fight. I've done my homework. I've watched a lot of film. He's pretty easy for my teammates to emulate. So I've done my rounds. I've done a lot of rounds getting ready for the kid. So we're very ready for him.
Do you expect it to be a long? I was gonna say, do you expect it to be a long fight, or do you expect to go in there and basically take care of him pretty quick?
I mean, that's up to him. If he wants to get punched in the face for all night, then he can stay in there. If he doesn't, just stay down. That simple. Like,
all right. All right. Yeah, man. The thing is, like, we don't know too much about you, to be honest. And that's like the cool thing about a guy like yourself. Obviously, you're known by the locals there, but you're going to have, hundreds of thousands of people on the BKFC app watching you.
Right.
And you're going to have a sold out arena in Norfolk. Did I say it right?
Yeah, I think you did.
Norfolk. Yeah, Norfolk. You're going to have a sold out arena there. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of friends and family in the house for sure. But have you ever fought on such a grand stage like this one with a sold out arena like this, and also knowing that you're going to be on a, kind of pay-per-view on the BKFC app, which is subscribed to by, 1.5 million people?
Definitely be the biggest card I fought on, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see none of that or hear any of that. Once the fight starts, it kind of goes white. Like, noise disappears, time kind of slows, eyes dilate. You kind of just get real homed in. Things get real peaceful because you have to focus. You're in a fight. It's you versus this other person, and I know we're not fighting to the death, but it's like it's life or death. Like, there's a referee to stop, but like,
yeah.
If you gotta die, you gotta die.
Yeah, you're pretty much fighting to the point where, if there was no ref, most likely the person who went down is going to die. If it was a fight on the streets, hey, this person's done for. This is the end of them. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. What do you think about the change of opponent in the main event with Reggie? You're training with Reggie. I mean, that's a whole lot of emotions going into fight week for just the camp alone. I'm sure there was a whole bunch of buzz going on. Like,
I'm
who
gonna tell
the
you
heck
that
is going to
man
take?
is a savage. Reggie does not care. You could have put in. I'm gonna be honest. You could have put in. I don't know, Connor or somebody. And Reggie was like, "All right, I'll take it." You could have put in Francis Ngannou. Reggie would have been like, "All right, was good.
Do what I got to do."
They could have pulled in Dat. They could have pulled in Dat Win off of this Del Rey card and thrown him in there on a week's notice, and it could have been interesting. You know what I mean?
That bitch don't want to fight. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That doesn't want. Yeah,
that's how
that doesn't want that fight. No. It was a little joke they've had because Reggie called for that fight multiple times, and that gave him one excuses of why. And like, I understand it. This is the game. It's like, make the most money you can while fighting the easiest opponent. So that didn't want to make money while having to fight Reggie, and like, I get it.
I wouldn't say Dat fought the easiest opponent, though. Let's be honest. He fought Johnny Bedford and Luis Palomino. Those are fucking tough.
The name of the game is to fight, to make the most money while fighting the easiest opponents you can.
Yeah.
If Luis and Johnny bring more money, but stylistically are easier matchups, because we know styles make matchups in the end of the day. So if they're slightly easier or more favorable matchups and they make more money for him, then fine. I understand that. Go take those fights. That's why I'm like, I jokingly keep the reference because like that was a whole hashtag for a while and it was funny.
Yeah.
But like I got respect for him. Like he's a dog.
Yeah, for sure, man. Him and Reggie. I hope that is a fight that we do see sometime in the future. That is one.
Oh my God.
That is one that since
I don't see
Knucklemania
him coming back down.
No, you don't think so? He well, to be honest with you, he was on our show last week, and he said he would like to grab all 3 divisions titles. He said that on the show, right?
Yeah,
135, 145, 155. But dude, hey, in the comments, Big Ben says, caution, you're from VA, the home of backyard fighting. Have you ever done any? You been involved in some of these backyard brawls down there?
Like I'm from every hood in Portsmouth. Like J-Dubs onto all of that. The most backyard fighting I've done is when I lived out. Shout out to London Oaks. You know, nobody else is gonna claim you, but I will. Yeah, when I lived out the Oaks. So that's probably the closest to backyard fighting I've done. I know most of the people who do like the what you call it?
Is street beefs down there?
Yeah, street beefs and all that stuff. Like I
that
know
in Virginia?
Yeah, they come down here every now and again, and they put on shows. They've gotten pretty big for themselves. Like I'm proud of them. That's like good work.
They definitely are.
You know what? Big. Your boy, how big was your boy? 130, 132? Right? You said the kid you were telling us about that's an absolute Terminator in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
You said 130, 132, around there. Matt Lyle, friend of ours, is a 41-year-old Muay Thai fighter that fights for street beef. And your boy should fight him. Old man versus young man. Fucking Muay Thai fight, street beef. Go get a belt. Go get a street beef belt. Tell your boy.
Okay, so the only problem with street beef is the fact that it's unshanked certain fights. This kid's about to go over the Muay Thai, over to Thailand and some more. So he can't fight unsanctioned fights like that. He'll more than likely put that old man in the hospital, and that's just a bad look. Now, if the old man wants to come over to Thailand and officially, or just get an official match and get touched up, hey, look, hit up Jake Chamberlain, and it can happen. Like, if Street Beefs wants to make something that's official and can go on official records, I'm sure Jake doesn't mind letting his young savage touch him up.
I was just trying to help your buddy out. Keep you busy.
I wonder why. It's a good question to ask of why street beefs. I mean, obviously the name is street beef, so maybe they just want to keep that forever, running street beef unsanctioned. But I feel like they could do more. They could still do street beefs, but then also do another level. You know what I mean? They've been growing so much since they came out.
Virginia is a hard one when it comes with the promotion. I mean, not promotion. Our licenses, they're like very strict. So it's like once you kind of cross over to that territory, they're going to kind of cut everything else out. So for street beef to continue to grow the way it's growing, it probably isn't the best for them to mix with that. They might be able to do something like that in West Virginia because their rules are a bit different. Like, you have those, what are they called? The tough man competitions?
Yeah. Or like the rough and rowdies and all them types of things.
Yeah, exactly. Like people can go and make money. Like you can be an amateur and make money in West Virginia. It's crazy. But it just messes you up when you try to come back to other states and fight professional. If you go to a rough and rowdy and you win, and you technically win money, it can put you in a bad standing with other commissions. So it's just the politics kind of.
Yeah, you don't too often see the most technical fighters in those rough and rowdy competitions. So
this is true.
I think the guys that you see in there aren't too worried about that kind of stuff. So
right.
Before we wrap up with you, Kasim, or am I saying that right? Kasim?
No, not at all.
Not how you say it?
So it's Ka, like the sound a crow makes, and Sim like SIM card. So
Kasim. All right, Kasim.
Yes.
Virginia. I mentioned this. Me and Mike have spent many a days in the great state of Virginia. Would you agree with me that Virginia might have some of the worst drivers on the fucking planet? Would you say that? No?
Okay, it depends. If we're talking about rain, for some reason, look, I love Virginia, right? I'm sorry to sound this. I love Virginia, but oh my God, we cannot drive in the snow. Just literally less than an inch of snow, people panic, or rain. It's like they see rain and they go speed up.
Dude.
They see snow and they go speed up or super slow down. It's like, yo, what are you doing? Or they get in a tunnel and they just stop. It's like, bro, just drive. Just drive.
I am telling you, dude. So many times I've had to go down to Fort Eustis or Fort Lee or whatever or wherever down there or Sandston, and sometimes I'm driving a tractor trailer because I used to drive a tractor trailer to deliver aircraft parts down there. There would be times where we'd be doing like 65, 70, 75 miles per hour on the highway, and then all of a sudden slow right down to like 30, and then we go like 30 for like a mile. And then it would just pick back up again. And I'd be like, what the fuck was that? There was no accident. There was nobody pulled over. There was no construction.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. So many times in that state. I don't understand it. I've never seen that in my life. And we're from New England, the home of massholes. Massachusetts massholes are, Massachusetts drivers are the worst. New York drivers are the worst. Virginia was pretty bad.
I feel like New York drivers aren't that bad. They're just aggressive. And like once you kind of pick up with that aggressive, it's like driving in Mexico. That is, oh my God. Oh, I almost lost my life. I was so scared.
Wait, you were driving in Mexico?
Oh yeah. So we went down, me and my love went down to Mexico for a vacation to Tulum. TikTok made us go to Tulum. So we're down there and just enjoying this. And I'm driving, and when I say they don't care, like they're whipping little pickups, like those little passenger vans, like they're Honda Fits. It's crazy. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. And they'll get like this close to you and just look at you like, move. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
And you can't do nothing about it because you'll end up in a Mexican prison. And
they do it on purpose.
They don't want you to get in there, my friend.
I'm like, I'm good, bro.
Dude, it's
I think there's bad drivers everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
Everyone's bad except me.
Yeah, people suck.
You sound like my love. It's just the best driver in the world, bro.
For sure. Hey, man, everybody follow this kid. He is debuting next week, March 24th, Norfolk, Virginia, BKFC 39 against Trey Santos. All his social medias are at the bottom. His Instagram, his Facebook, his TikTok, and he has a link tree down there. Go check out all his stuff. Follow him. Yep, follow him. We're going to play a quick game with him real quick, and then we're going to get him out of here because his training partner there, Eaz-E Educated Hands himself, is in the waiting room right there.
Hey,
champs on deck. So let's do this. We're going to do a speed round with you real quick. And we did some research into you, of course, like we do with everybody. And we saw that you once in your lifetime worked at the great place known as Walmart. So number one, what is the craziest story that you have from your time working at Walmart? You had to see something.
You must have seen something.
Okay, so one time working at Walmart, it was me and my little brother. It's not Black Friday, but it's getting close to Christmas time. So, people are getting just super aggressive and trying to come in assortment stores. So we get a line all the way from the cash register to about where the video games are. And so people start fighting at the end of the line all the way back down to the register.
No way. No way.
Yes. It's just like a line traveling of people fighting. And you're just sitting there. Beep, beep.
Dude.
How can you concentrate?
Do you guys have like plain clothes security guards down there at your Walmart? Because I didn't know that Walmart had those, and I used to go to the Walmart here in Lisbon, around my way, and I'd go in there, and every single time I go in there, I'd see my buddy from the military, right? Like he was in the Army with me, and I'd see him, and I saw him. Then I go to Walmart again like a month later, and I see him again. And then I go like a month later, I see him again, and I'm like, bro, every fucking time I see you, you're out. I mean, it's so weird. Isn't it weird that we run into each other at Walmart all the time? He's like, dumbass, I'm working. I fucking work security here. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. He's like in regular clothes.
Hey, you're just hanging out.
I just thought he was at Walmart all the time.
He's eating Subway and walking around.
It was Walmart's idea of like a way to stop theft by having like regular people or the secret shoppers and stuff. I think it's a dumb idea, but to be honest, I'm kind of biased when it comes to that. At the same Walmart that's over here in Portsmouth, my little cousin actually was killed because of a situation like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a little touchy.
Not good.
No bueno. Next question. Number 2.
Who is the greatest rapper to come out of Virginia?
It got to be Dylan.
No. I see what you did there.
Oh man.
But isn't
Missy Elliott?
Missy Elliott. I was gonna say what about Pusha T, man? Pusha T's my man. I like
Pusha T is absolutely awesome. He signed a young artist named like Shaolin, who's gonna do some amazing things. But Missy is an absolute queen, and like I just need people to respect her.
She's huge.
Well, she's a legend, so that is the obvious. I mean, that would be the answer, and but I'm a big fan of Pusha T. So Number 3, what's the furthest place you've ever traveled from your home? You just talked about driving in Mexico, so I'm curious. How far have you gone?
Tulum. That was actually my first time on a plane, so that was awesome.
That was the furthest?
Yeah, that's the furthest.
Mexico. All right. Well, maybe we'll get you over to Thailand. Fight over there, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. That'd be
you may not ever come back. They say
give me in Brazil, and we'll talk about it. You might lose me over there.
Yeah.
There you go. Number 4.
Bangkok has them now. What's the best joke you know by heart?
Okay. Why doesn't Santa Claus have any kids?
I don't know. Why not?
Because he only comes once a year.
I'm going to tell my kids that one tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be like, huh?
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm going to say, come back and talk to me when you get that one. Yeah, hey, you want to know a joke? I taught my kid this joke, and he told it to like multiple people today, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. So we're going to play along. You guys got to play along for a second here. So hold on 1 second. I'm going to get this fucking question off the screen. Here we go. So you go like this, right? In my hand, I have an invisible leprechaun. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. He wants me to take his jacket off. Can you hold this jacket? And then you grab it. Grab the jacket. Yeah.
Got it.
Hold it. Hold it.
Do I have to hold it
All
up
right,
like this?
Do you believe that I have an invisible leprechaun in my hand?
No.
Then why the fuck you holding his jacket?
Nice. Got me.
Yeah,
You got me. You got both of us. We're both holding one.
You guys can all use that. It's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so you guys can all use the invisible leprechaun joke. With that said, with that, do you have any kids?
No, I do not have any kids. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, though.
There you go. Tell them that one.
Get them.
All right, man. Well, hey, unbelievable talking to you. We can't wait to see you debut next week in your home state in a huge card headlined by 2 legends from your state. Let's give you a minute. Take a minute. Shout out some people. Thank some people. We'll let you get out of here.
Awesome. I just want to thank every last one of my training partners. You guys are absolutely awesome. Everyone who bought a ticket. Thank you so much. The support is amazing, and it really feels good just knowing that you guys are there with me. I want to shout out Bloom Hemp. You've been a godsend for my recovery, and I want to shout out White Out Promotions. You did an awesome job getting me this fight and getting me a good spot on the card. I want to thank Reggie. I want to thank X. I want to thank Reggie's dad. I want to thank Jake. I want to thank Maggins for just constantly pouring into me over the years. I want to shout out Miranda Maverick for any time that I feel like I need somebody to talk to who understands this like whole crazy fight business. She's always there with the like just mental notes and how to keep my head up, And I just pray I want to thank my foundation and my family for, raising me up to be a nice, wholesome kid who loves his family, because family is everything.
Awesome.
See, look, I need to be cast for the next Fast and Furious, man. What's up?
That's good. Hey, were you in a movie?
Yes.
Decent reflection.
I was in a movie called The Gateway, and I've been in a couple of commercials.
Okay.
Look at you.
there's an IMDb, and there's something known for decent reflection. I was wondering if it was you because there's no picture of you, but it says that he played a client. So I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I might have.
see this
I've
guy?
done a couple
Look
of
at
extra stuff, so I don't know what they did with it.
nice. Very cool. Very,
well,
very
dude,
cool.
hey, you've been a pleasure to talk to. We cannot wait to get down to Virginia next week and see you in action in person. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Everybody go follow him. All his social medias are not at the bottom right there because I just put my own. Let's put his back up there. Follow him. And thank you very much for coming on the show. Mike, you got anything else for this, bye?
I follow him. Do what we said. Go now and follow.
All right. Have a good one. We'll see you next week, bud.
Later, man.
You too, man. See y'all next week.
Easy. Later. There he is. Kasim Ruffin making his debut against Trey Santos next week. BKFC 39. Good kid, man. I was watching some footage on him. He seems pretty lethal. So, and he's training with Reggie. Yeah. Or he trained with Reggie. Got a little time with him. Yeah, and we're about to bring him on right now. So good for him, man.
Some good pointers, I'm sure.
I would imagine so. So let's go ahead and bring in the champ, the reigning, defending BKFC bantamweight champion, pioneer of the sport. Put him on the Mount Rushmore right now. Let's see what he does for the next 5 years. I cannot wait to see him next week fighting Daniel Alvarez now. Yeah. Here he is. Eaz-E Educated Hands himself, Reggie Barnett Jr. What's up, buddy?
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, fellas?
Hey. Always good to see you, my man. How are you?
I'm good. I am chilling at the gym. I got a training session when we get done. So
when are you not chilling at the gym, Reggie? Every time we talk to you, you're at the gym.
Yep, he's always
when I'm with my family.
Nah, man. But last time we talked to you was before your last fight, and we knew that you would be at the gym because a couple weeks prior to the fight, right? You start training late nights, acclimation to the time you will be fighting, right?
Yeah, we got practice from whenever we get done to midnight. So, yeah. And I had practice earlier from noon to about 2:30.
So how? I mean, you're always dialed in. You're always on the top of your game every time you go out there. You've had a damn near flawless career. You've had your couple run-ins with Johnny Bedford that you wish. I know we've talked to you in the past. You wish you could have done that one more time with him, but he's gone now forever. You're the man at 135, and you were supposed to fight Cederholm out of Sweden, 1-0 fighter out of Sweden, and here we go. A week before the event, and you have yourself a new opponent, Daniel Alvarez, 1-0 fighter whose only fight was at 125. We know that he's a very impressive, very skilled fighter. We saw him against J.R. Ridge. What do you think about your new opponent as opposed to your prior opponent, and where's that put your head right now? 8 days out from the fight.
Well, first of all, the opponent really, except for the petite amount of game planning that we do for the person I'm fighting, doesn't matter. I'm always training to evolve as a bare knuckle fighter, as a person, and be the best version of myself when I get in there and go out and execute that. So, I just not really stressing the opponent change. It kind of sucks last minute, but I was preparing to fight whoever wanted to fight at that time and date. So.
Did you have a feeling that Cederholm wasn't going to make this fight before? I had
the inkling in the back of my mind, like, man, what if this man doesn't really come all the way over here to fight me? But
there has been a trend. We did see Murat Kazgan in Myrtle Beach. We were down there. We saw you down there. The Turkish fighter. He made it over here, but it has been tough for them to get fighters from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean over there, from the other side of the pond, as they say, over to the United States. It seems like it's been a tough task lately.
I don't really think it's just BKFC. It's more or less the precept behind us fighters, some of us are roughneck. We've had rough lives, gone through some things, and some of the consequences of those things don't allow us to travel to certain places. And it's just something that we as men have to deal with in our lives moving forward in our careers. I don't think it's always just a BKFC issue or a promotion issue.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was thinking. I think these fighters are running into visa issues. I think they're running into
that's what I'm saying.
visa issues, COVID
I wanted to be
protocols.
on one of the BKFC London cards, and until I get parts of my record expunged for my past, I'm not able to travel to the UK yet. So that's just something for me. I already have in the works getting taken care of, so that when the time comes and they call my name, I don't have any of those issues or any of those problems going, wherever I need to be to fight whoever I need to fight. And the goal towards my life is really just being able to travel and go and do things according to my own time, my own purposes. I was joking with my students the other day when we were running. I said, if I wake up on Monday and I'm like, I feel like going to Milan, I'm going to Milan. And if I wake up on Tuesday and I'm like, man, it's just too cold here right now. I need to go somewhere warm, and I want to go to Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm going to go to South Africa. And on Thursday, my mom calls me and says, Reggie, how you doing? I miss you, son. I wish I could see you, son. And I'm in South Africa. I'm just going to go home and see my mom. That's the why I put in such hard work, and that's one of the goals for me in my life that I'm working towards. And a part of that is also making myself accessible as a fighter, to be able to do that kind of travel as well.
So, talking about your opponent change, right?
Yeah.
When did you know this was happening, and how many people were offered or flown by?
I didn't even find out that Gustav wasn't fighting till first thing yesterday morning.
Wow.
I was a little disappointed, angry, sad, all that stuff. And then I just, my woman said, pray on it. She said, don't let the day consume you, pray on it and go forward. And I say, ask God for direction, and go the path. So I just said, what, I'm not going to not continue to do what I have been doing as a person and a fighter. I got up, I got my crew together, and we went and ran 4 miles and did our shadow boxing, did our training, and later on that evening, my mom and Dave and the rest of the powers that be discussed that there would possibly be a new opponent. And I said, well, I'll wait and see, and whatever comes down the pipeline, that's what it's meant to be. There's a reason behind it all. Daniel is a tough kid, and the irony of it is, when I went to Myrtle Beach, me and him hung out a lot of the evening. Y'all were there.
He's a good dude.
Me and him, we just kind of kicked it and hung out and vibed all night. And, we're talking about fighting. And, the precept of us fighting somewhere down the road, it came up, so, and I gave him a couple of my tips too, as fighter to fighter, So it's like, it's not, there's no animosity, but at the same time,
sure,
you're not coming in my backyard trying to take my shit when you don't even really deserve a shot at it.
I'm sure you can respect that,
Yeah.
Were there other names floated by, or were you just waiting for them to give you the name?
I didn't deal in any. I didn't hear any. My dad came in. He gave me the name. My mom said, "What do you want to do?" I say, as I always say, I'll fight anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere they tell me to. But ultimately, that decision is up to my head coach, my senior. So I'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter to me. Is my father okay with the change? Is my coach okay with us, having enough time to, if we need to game plan, switch, all that, but he knows how the work I put in, how hard I train, and the preparation, and being just a great fighter within myself. So whatever happens in that squared circle, I'm prepared to deal with in any aspect.
What did you think about what happened with the Del Rey card? Did you see, I just watched a news article by a local news channel down there in Del Rey, and the fucking city of Del Rey is acting like they didn't know anything about this fight, this fight card coming up. They're acting like it was all news to them today that there's going to be a bare knuckle event in their city tomorrow. How full of shit are these people? people have known about this event for a while.
They've been selling tickets,
They
parades.
sold out the damn
I don't
place.
see how you don't know about something like that taking place. But then also, I go around and, I've been to different businesses and the malls and shops and strip malls and the little ones that people don't really, only the same people visit and stuff like that, and have spread the message and the word of my fight. And it's amazing to me still how some people, one, don't even know bare knuckle exists,
Right.
two, don't even know that I exist, and three, know that there's fin to be, when I initially started campaigning and talking to people, it surprised me, so it can happen, but at the same time, it takes away from the sport. You're man, that old school bigoted vibe where you're just not going to let something happen because you don't know what's going to happen. And I just feel like that takes away from so much in this world. Man, I can't muster the correct words to say, but it's a disappointment. Yeah.
It is
If
we've
the
talked
precept is because people didn't want the bare knuckle fighting to take place, in their city or whatever, and you
I
don't
think
know what kind of effective change, it could make, one, not even in your city, even in just the lives of one simple person who goes and watches one of us go out and perform and do our thing and hear our story and know where we came from. You take away from just that little ripple, and then the whole impact of furthering our sport, and new people getting exposed to it and gaining an understanding. But if you just cast it away because you don't want it, because you don't understand it, I mean, that's that old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's and it could be like the demographic down there. It could be a lot of retirees down there, all set in their ways, older folks that just don't fucking want any kind of
I'm not
change.
going to make any assumptions about
Yeah,
people,
it could be that.
their
I'm just
beliefs
saying.
and all that. And
I just
holistically, the age we live in, if something has been done, and the only reason why you don't want it there is inherent, it's willful ignorance. Because there's a different, inherent ignorance is when you just don't know. You just don't know, you ain't exposed to it. And willful ignorance is when you have access to the information or a chance to know, but rather stay stuck in your old set of minds. And people are entitled to believe whatever they want to believe, but at the same time, don't take away from other people just because you don't understand the concept of what's truly going on around you.
Yeah, that whole part's horrible. A lot of people spent a lot of
bullshit.
money, and yeah, they're going to
Flying
be able
down
to
there.
fight, but it's something that seems so simply fixed if people are willing to work towards the goal, If there's a will, there's a way. So basically, they're just putting their foot down and going, "Oh, no, we're sorry, the Delray Beach Boxing Club, but you guys have boxing, but bare knuckle, we didn't really know about it, so sorry." That's kind of shit.
But the you know what the beautiful thing is? Reggie was a pioneer of this sport, and now he has helped to get it legalized in his state.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is
And
he
that
is
was a big
headlining.
thing for me.
Dude,
Was
I wanted to
bringing
ask
bare
you that.
knuckle to me, bringing bare knuckle back home.
To
Whether I
Virginia.
was headlining, whether I'm the first one to fight on it was just being able to at one point see others get the opportunity that I had right here and not have to, one, predominantly fight in a foreign state, even though Florida's like my second home now because that's where most of my fights have taken place, and
Right.
in Mississippi. But see the work, see everything that I've gone through, and to get it to where we can, have that belief in what my craft is, what Britain Hart's craft is, and do it right here at home, and expose even more people to the greatness of bare knuckle fighting championship.
Reggie, who were the voices that the Virginia Commission were listening to? Were they hearing? Were you personally talking to the Virginia Commission? Britain.
I communicated with them a little bit. I'm not really sure what Britain's part of it, but my publicist, Nikki Booker with Fight Hits MMA, she was very, very pertinent in just going up there and continuing to make waves and ask questions.
Good for her.
So Nikki's been with me since the very first one in Wyoming. She drove with my old lady all the way halfway across this country to be there at the inaugural event in Wyoming. And she's always believed in my vision, in my dream, and supported me. And when I told her that that was part of the next step, the next goal, she got to work, and whatever she required of me to help get that push, which is really just going out there and performing to the best of my ability. There was one of the representatives for they don't call it commission anymore here. I can't remember what the name of it is, a board or something like that, but was at the fight against Gina Rera. And, she was really excited to see me work. And when I got out of the ring, I looked at her and I looked at Dave Jr. and I said, did I earn my fight at home now? And they both looked at me and nodded their head yes. And Dave Jr. said March 24th. I knew the second I walked out of that ring of the Herrera fight that I was going to fight at home. That was the point of taking that fight. It was, all right, I'm going to go here and put my life on the line for the 10th time for this company. But I want to be able to do it at home the next time I do.
It's absolutely incredible, man.
It's awesome. Really. I saw that your momager, right, said you sold a record number of tables, 15. Yes. 15 tables.
Yes. I'm not gonna say that everybody loves me. Everybody's got haters, but they're not hating on you. They're not motivating you. But I have so many people here who love me and have been there to support me in my ups and downs, and they're excited. Shoot, man, people have been calling me for days and days, and I'm like, man, I want to cut off my phone, but I can't because I got business to do. And it's not because I don't appreciate, and enjoy the love, but it's like, I know y'all are coming. I know y'all are gonna come to see me perform, to see me win, and then some are gonna come see me hoping that I don't. I put a post out a couple months ago, and I was like, I had a probation officer, back in the days when I was struggling in life, who told me that I needed to quit fighting and find a real job, that fighting wasn't really going to amount to nothing in my life. And man, I hope they come.
And
not just
put them at one of them tables,
but not to see me fight, but to see what I helped start, what I was a part of in this world. I have made history so many different times and so many different facets of this life. And I just want to take those moments and share them with others and inspire them and let them know that they can make their own history too.
That you have a very tough customer in Daniel Alvarez. We've only seen the one fight from him.
I want a tough fight, man. I was
have a great
for
fight.
a war anyway. I want to ask you something. Not a fight for a war. And so now you put somebody in there on a week's notice who may not have been preparing for the same kind of war I'm preparing for. Maybe not, but it's going to be a fight. And that's what I was preparing for. And I've already told my team, whatever, do not for 1 second have any doubt, whether I'm hurt, whether I'm doing great, whatever, I'm going to fight. This is what I've done my whole life. I've had great performances and great fights the last couple of outings, but the expectation was that eventually, I'm gonna have to show them this dog that's been inside of me, that's always been inside of me, the dog that I had to show in the Bedford fight. I'm hungry and I'm waiting to unleash that. So you take somebody else who's just as hungry as Daniel, and he's dangerous in his own retrospect, but still there are levels to this, And last time I checked, you were on level 1 and I'm on level 11. You don't even really deserve to be at my level, and not from a disrespectful manner. So I hope that you do come out and you fight your heart out and you leave everything in there with me, so that this fight goes down in freaking history. Not even the fact that we started the inaugural Virginia card, but we had one of the best freaking bare knuckle fights in history for my title, because that's what I'm always looking for when I get in.
Reggie, that wins back, and we know that I know. But this is a fight that somebody alluded to in the comments earlier. I believe it was Big Ben. It might have been somebody else. And thank you to everybody that's tuned in right now. He said that the Reggie Dat fight to us is like the Mayweather Pacquiao fight. For years they couldn't make that fight. With you, would you, if you go out there and you take care of Daniel Alvarez quickly,
Not
are
if.
you
It's not a matter.
not if, okay. Are you is your sight set on Dat next? Is that something that you still want to do? He's fighting in a couple weeks
I'm
at
not. I'm
Pembroke
not. I'm
Pines.
not. I'm not moving backwards in my life or in my career or in any form, fashion. That's something that came down the line. It was time to nut up or shut up. I showed up. He didn't show up. He said the things he said. Whatever. I know who I am, what I'm capable of, where I've come from. So I'm going to continue to move forward. Uh, and like I said, though, I'm game to fight anybody. If the name comes across my freaking desk and my coach says yes, then it'll be what it be. If it comes across my desk and he says no, it'll be what it be. It doesn't really matter to me, but that person, whatever that time essence in my life has came and gone, and I'm looking towards my future and putting a stamp on
Your
my
mom,
legacy.
your mom actually just beat me to the punch there.
Yep.
We
She
ran
knows. She knows what's going on. She
Yes,
knows the deal.
we ran into the magician out in Albuquerque. When we
Yes.
talked to the magician with John Dodson in Albuquerque, he mentioned that you two were supposed to have already fought.
That was never anything that was thrown on
Okay.
my table. If anything, if we be truthful about it in discussions that I had with Mr. Feldman myself, he told me to give Dotson an opportunity to get one or two more fights in when he only had one win.
Okay.
Before we fought. So one, I would never have been his second fight. That just wouldn't have happened. And then two, to say that I turned down the event at Knucklemania, like I said, go ask Bonnie Smith, ask Dave Feldman Jr., I already knew the second that I walked out of that ring, the Gene Herrera fight, that my next fight was going to be at home in March. We were really just trying to lock in the date. So for him to claim that I turned down a fight with him on Knucklemania in Albuquerque, New Mexico, his hometown, is farce. He can
Is the next
say what he
move
wants to
is the
and,
next
and
move a
believe what he
one
wants to,
is the next
but
move a 125-pound title fight for you? The next move?
only if they're gonna allow me to take two titles. We had discussions about not holding up weight classes with multiple champions and multiple weight classes. So that precept will really be up to Dave and the BKFC. I know that I'm going to continue to walk my path, prepare myself to the best of my ability in all aspects, and be ready to fight whenever that time comes. But I will say at the same time, I have put in my tenure with this company. I have done my time, but I am not qualming about, I guess, the expectation of superstardom or whatever. It was never really anything for me, and that's hard to sell me when I like to identify with the average person. I'm a hard worker. I'm driven. I'm passionate, and I'm a family man. I thoroughly believe in God and the conversations that we have. So that in essence of blood sport, it's kind of hard to sell sometimes. It's okay, but my work in itself, when you talk about the evolution of bare knuckle from the very first show to what it is now, and the evolution of Eaz-E and Educated Hands within itself, that work sells itself. And that work is going to continue to grow. And when I'm done with BKFC, that work, I'm going to take and give back to the people so I can help the next generation of bare knuckle fighters make this sport even better. So then there's no city, no state, no whatever that can say, ew, we don't want that here. We don't want that here. I am the legitimacy of this sport in and outside of the ring. And so that's the walk I'm going to continue to go. And whoever they put in my path on the way to my finish line, because I know what my finish line is. If you don't set goals, then you you might as well just set yourself up for failure. So I've already had those goals. And if I have to beat up John Dodson, if I got to beat up freaking the heavyweight, whoever they put in my path of getting to my goals, you're just going to have to get wrecked. And that's plain and simple. And now we have Daniel Alvarez, who is in the way of me solidifying my legacy. So I'm gonna go in there and we're gonna fight. I'm gonna show them why I am one of the best bare knuckle fighters on the face of this earth right now. Because
Hell
it's
yeah.
not gonna last forever.
Reggie,
But I'm gonna do what
you're
lasts
always
forever.
you're dialed way in all the time, and
Oh
I
yeah.
love that about you.
Yep.
And we've been saying that about you. You know who you are to like if you wanted to equate the BKFC to like the UFC, like when the UFC was George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva and those guys, there was a champion at 145 pounds named Jose Aldo, and I know you're 135, but when you looked at the headlines, it was always they're always talking about Anderson Silva and GSP back then, but Jose Aldo was one of the best ever to do it, and he did not get the shine that he deserved because of those other guys. And I feel like that's you right now with like Lorenzo Hunt and Luis Palomino.
Yeah,
Those guys
yeah.
get all the
But
shine, and you are a Mount Rushmore type guy in this industry. At what are you 8-2 or
8-2. Yep.
8-2,
yeah.
10 fights? It's just unbelievable. And I think that after you win this one, sky's the limit for you, whether it be John Dodson, Dat Win, who knows. I can't wait to see the future for you. I hope that you stay
I
busy,
don't
and I
care. The
hope you
shine
continue to
isn't for
grow.
me. The shine isn't for me. It's for everybody else.
Yeah.
It
No,
just
but
flows through.
trust me, I mean that
And
in the biggest compliment
yeah, I
as
know,
I
man.
possibly can,
I
because I think that
appreciate
Jose Aldo is one of the greatest of all time, and I think that he never really got the burn that he deserved because of the guys that he was in there with at the same time. And like I feel like that's you. You are the man. You're one of the best that have ever done it. We're gonna wrap this up with you. We want to
Yeah,
ask you.
definitely.
We
You
want
got
to
to
ask you.
measure Jose's impact on the world and the people around him, though. And for you to say that means that he did, in exact, get whatever burn or shine that he was supposed to. Maybe
Oh
not
yeah.
in the same fashion as others. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much for bringing me on.
Yeah.
We always have these in-depth, real conversations. Look, I'm me. I'm not going to change. I'm going to continue to work hard. And when that bell rings, when they tell me to knuckle up, I'm going to put up.
We know you will.
I'm
We
gonna
want to
knuckle
ask
up.
you 4 quick questions, though. 4 quick questions, not related to your fight. Number 1, if you had Tyson Fury in his prime against any other heavyweight boxer in their prime ever, could any of them beat him? At
Yeah.
6'9", 6'9", 85-inch reach, Tyson Fury in his prime. What heavyweight boxer from history could beat Tyson Fury in his prime?
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis?
Yep.
Quick answer. And your reason is speed?
No, not speed. Joe's capacity to learn within seconds. That's what carried him through some of his toughest fights. He downloads in the instant. There are other fighters out there that do it, but he was one of the best heavyweights to ever do it.
Nice.
Here we go. Number 2.
If you could eat only 3 foods for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Blood oranges, tangelos, and chicken patties.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a solid 3. Here we go. What is the most random fact that you know?
The most random fact? Oh man, I'm full of man, I don't even want to touch on it. Can we pass?
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you one that I
No,
taught
I'm gonna
Mike.
give you one. United
okay.
States didn't. United States isn't the reason we won World War II.
Okay. Okay.
What? You said a random one. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay. What's the reason?
Even though we dropped 2 bombs on Japan, it was the Russian army coming back through Mongolia that forced Japan to do its absolute surrender of their emperor, not because we dropped 2 bombs.
Shit. Well, you just taught me something.
I've been watching the History Channel.
Yo, the random fact that I taught Mike today is that lobsters piss through their faces and lobsters can breathe through their butts.
Damn.
Didn't know that. I still don't know.
Turtles can breathe through their butts.
Turtles,
Okay.
yeah.
Here we go. Number 4.
Number 4 is post-professional career Floyd Mayweather making a mockery of the sport of boxing right now? No, because with the tag team boxing and the,
No.
You're okay with the shit that he's doing?
Hey, if you can't knock a man's hustle, you know,
I know that.
The hustle is good for him, but is it good for boxing?
No, I mean, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. And as far as
Fair enough.
boxing in itself, boxing is gonna be boxing. It's never gonna change. It's never gonna be, and he made it that way. So
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
He's
guy's a damn
responsible why
genius.
boxing was boxing.
he did
Yeah,
build
he
it
is.
up.
He sure did, man. Reggie, welcome back to the ring. And once again, defending your title next week, Daniel Alvarez, BKFC 39, Norfolk, Virginia, in your home state, in front of your home people, sold 15 tables. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Take a second, thank anybody you want to thank, shout anybody out, and then we'll let you
I
get
got
out
like
of here.
15 sponsors: Sword Construction, Gordon Customs, Dapper Street Barber, Grindstone, Fight Hits MMA, J&K Style Grill. Oh yeah, that's what Fight Hits was.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Hold on, here we go. Jeet Kundo, Fight Bros, Dan Bannister Nissan, Walking Threat, 360 Paving, Grindstone, and 7 Cities Promotions. I think I got them all. I hope so.
Yeah.
If I missed one of you guys, I'm so sorry. There's always so many sponsors. That's the love that I have. Hey, it's going down next weekend. I'm prepared for war. I'm ready for war. Definitely shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And hey,
anytime,
keep running.
Reggie.
Keep running.
Anytime, Reggie. We will see you down there next week. We'll be there. We'll see you
Later.
Later, buddy.
Later, man.
There he is. Eaz-E Educated Hands, going to defend his title in front of his home turf. I love it. And we have another fighter who has gotten a little training in with him. She's another hometown girl herself. She is going to be fighting the fighter that we talked to last night.
Yep.
She is the champion at 115 pounds. And her name is Britain Hart.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo.
What's going on, Britain? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm definitely been putting in a lot of work, been busier than ever. So that's, nothing. It's almost, it feels like it's not new, but it always is with a different fight. I'm always adding more to it, leveling up, trying to be better than I was yesterday. So it's definitely been, been a process and a growing moment for me.
We've obviously been watching you and her and all you guys. We always watch all you guys train. You post things on social media, and something that I noticed about you recently is something that I fell in love with a couple of years ago, but because I'm old and broken and my neck and back are fucking stupid, I had to stop rolling. But jujitsu, you've been rolling jujitsu lately. Can you agree with me that that's a cardio like no other? And jiu-jitsu is something that I recommend to fucking anybody that wants to get into a martial art. Tell us a little bit about your jiu-jitsu journey right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that's been unique, and I've always preached about in lots of interviews. And when I talk to people, it's always I've always believed in cross training and doing something else that supplements boxing, not just boxing. Because we never really want to get burnt out. Because when fighters get burnt out, these bad things start to kind of happen. You lose that drive. So it would be silly things my last camp was ultimate frisbee, just getting out there and playing. I used to play touch football. I used to be big into soccer. Racquetball really helped me in one of my fights one time. But this time, I really opened up this can into the MMA world and started doing wrestling on Tuesday, jiu-jitsu on Wednesday, and judo on Friday. And I've been doing that really consistent for,
You've been doing all three?
Yeah, I've been doing all three.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Okay.
Yep. So it's really cool, really well-rounded. I feel like I feel like when I first started, after 2 rolls, I'd be like, holy cow. And being in that gi, I'd be drenched in sweat. I'd be like, how do these people do it? I'd have to go get a water. And then, I'd get my second win. now I could kind of see I can roll, 4 and 5 times and still be like, all right, let's go again. And just to see that progression and know when I first started that 2 rolls would kill me. We
Yeah.
did, and on wrestling days, we do King of the Mat. So it's for 15 minutes. And it would just be like, man, I mean, like full intensity. Doing the King of the Mat was super fun. I really love it. And I think that I've listened to some criticism that I've gotten in the combat sports world, and a lot of them are, power, which, I take humbly and disagree some days and agree other days. But I feel like jiu-jitsu has really helped me find my base. It's helped me like find the wheelhouse in power and where power comes from. And it's not necessarily winding back and swinging for the fences, anything like that. So
channeling energy. So what I learned when I started doing jiu-jitsu, and anybody that hasn't rolled, like, and anybody that has rolled that's listening right now will know, like when I first started rolling, I was, after a couple weeks, I was rolling with this dude that had to be 55 years old, 150 pounds soaking wet, and I'm a 205 pounder. I'm a strong gym rat, and I'm a former wrestler. So I'm like rolling with this dude, and I am like blown away by how fucking strong this dude is, right? And he gets like, I think he was in my guard. Like, I'm on my back and he's in the guard, and like I am struggling to fucking move him, and he just like plants himself and like puts his elbows down, and he like closed his eyes, and like I couldn't move him. He was a tree stump. I'm like trying to fucking rock him. Yes, that sport, it's all about channeling your energy and like focusing when to exert energy and when to exert your power and when to focus your power. And I learned that shit quick. I didn't understand it because I was a wrestler. So our gas pedal is like to the floor at all times. And all these dudes would do is just let me burn my fucking self out. And then they would kill me. And I would end up throwing up in a garbage can over there because I don't know when to stop.
Hey, I was trying to win some money at work today because we got a guy in my shop who's been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. He's not like super dedicated, like going and trying to get a black belt. You know what I mean? Like but he's been doing it for a long time, right? So he has a lot of experience. This other guy comes in the shop and jumps on his back. They're roughhousing and stuff. And, the guy's kind of letting him do it. The guy, his last name's Brown. He's like, I'm just letting him get his licks in, right? And then he gets up and he was like, I'm letting you win. And he's like, yeah, all right, I'll go right now. And I was like, and the other dude thinks he's gonna beat him. I said, dude, Brown's gonna kick your ass if you're trying to do jiu-jitsu. This guy's been doing it for like 2 years, even more, I think. And then he's like, no, I think I can beat him. I said, all right, let's bet some money right now because I guarantee you he's gonna kick your ass. Like, there's no way you can beat him. There's no way. There's no way in hell. If you have no experience, there's no way you're gonna do it.
There's simple intricacies, and I think Brown's been doing it for more than 2 years because he rolled with Tim Kennedy and those guys.
Yes, on deployment
overseas. Yeah. So, anyways, enough about that.
No, it's cool. It's definitely, you go in there and you see these people that might look like average Joes or Betsy's or whatever, and then you get enrolled with them and you're like, whoa, wrist lock, what is that?
Is it the closest thing to a cult you've ever been to?
Yeah, I would say that. It's so funny.
Dude, let's not lie. Jiu-jitsu heads are fucking a little crazy. They get very obsessed with that shit.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool. It's cool to see passionate, but yeah, it's definitely on a different level. Like it's a eat, breathe, and sleep type of thing.
It really is. It really is. My kids are in it right now, and I'm so excited that they are. They're 11 and 8 right now, and they've been doing it for about 6 months, and they just fucking love it. So, anyways, but you're not rolling next week. You are back in there with one of your biggest rivals. I would say Faria was probably your biggest rival of your career. Beck was up there too, but I think you and Christine were probably your biggest rival, but Jenny's right there now. She's worked herself right into the conversation. She seems to be in extremely good shape, and she's training really hard with Faria now. You see all their videos, you hear them. You guys went on Tony's show. It was a crazy show. where are you at? Where's your headspace right now? 8 days out from this fight, about to fight her once again, and this time in your home state in front of your home people.
Yeah, I would say my headspace is like more motivated and driven and focused than ever because there is this sense of that disrespect. It is that sense of well, I don't really take it personal that she went and trained with Christine or she goes wherever she goes because she has no choice. There's no way she can sit at home and get even close to beating me because I murked her on TV for everybody to go back and watch. I mean, it wasn't competitive. It was a dog thrashing. And a lot of people are kind of mad at me for it because they're like, dude, you could have outboxed her. Like, why did you even give her the chance to touch you? And so there's that aspect. I look in it like me challenging myself to do better than the last time I fought her. But now, because she spread so many lies and gossip and some personal low blows, it's kind of like I really internalized that to just make me a monster too. Like she started that whole rumor that that I'm doing performance enhancing drugs, and I'm like, like maybe I should take that flattering because I'm really not the most muscular built girl, and especially when people are telling me I need to work on power and dumb stuff like that. But I'm like, where's she getting this from? And she's like, oh, because you ran on a treadmill before you fought. And I'm thinking, well, I hope any professional athlete, so to all you guys out there that chimed in on that, like, oh my God, Britain ran on a treadmill before she fought. I'm a professional athlete. I hope that all of you professional athletes can run on a treadmill. But it's funny because I wasn't running on the treadmill. But I started thinking about it and I was like, maybe I should run on a treadmill. So if you guys have been following me along on Instagram, I've been running on the treadmill every
I
single
did
day.
see you running on the treadmill the other day. Actually,
That is that's a weird thing to say because not that I'm.
What is the story behind?
I'm not saying, but
That's
like
it.
with me personally, I used to run on the treadmill for 20 minutes prior to weightlifting. Every single time I go to the gym, I would run to get the blood flowing and to get myself, sweating and get my body heat up and all that shit. I would run for 20 minutes and then I would lift. So why is that like a weird thing? I don't understand the insult. I don't understand the attack there, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
exactly. So it's just stupid. And if you guys watched that interview, it was just stupid. It was just, the things that she says is like, but it's just, again, I'm just taking it as super motivation. It's given me a lot of ideas. It sparked some fire deep in my soul, to not look at this like, oh, here we go again. Cause that's kind of what it was, a little bit of my attitude. Like I never entertained Jenny Savage. She had me blocked forever. Everyone would screenshot me all the trash she'd say. And I really honestly rolled my eyes at it and was like, I have bigger fish to fry. Me and Jenny Savage will never happen. That fight will never happen. I truly am shocked that this fight is happening. Honestly, I really, BKFC was lying to me, telling me the whole time, no, Jenny Savage, she's got to prove herself and fight someone before she ever fights you. I would talk to them about it. They said that fight wouldn't happen. So why drama? Why get up all worked up over something that, one, I already beat your ass. You're really honestly on paper the best fight I've ever had. So yeah, it was kind of like, here we go again. But now if she wants to step it up a notch, well, what's Britain great at? I'm stepping it up 4 notches. Like, you shouldn't have challenged me. I'm like one of the most competitive person out there. So for me, I just took it as that, to where now, I feel like when you see rematches, there's somewhat of like a healthy respect. Like I always go back to like Artem Labz and Jason Knight. The first time they fought, they were vicious, right? Vicious, and it was a great fight.
Oh yeah.
Second fight, they were all right. We got respect for each other. Let's run the rematch back. And you could tell the respect was there. And I like that. It was probably not what the fans exactly wanted to see, but as a sports advocate and someone who's in love with the sports world and what it stands for and what it should stand for, I love seeing that growth between 2 men. Was kind of hoping maybe we would have the same thing, but that was evident. I mean, gosh, probably a month after we fought the first time in July. she was all nice to me and we sent positive messages back and forth. And then all of a sudden she was trashing me online again. And so, it's been kind of like this year buildup of like, what is this girl's deal? Like, but we're gonna solve it. We're gonna solve it once and for all on March 24th. And it's gonna be known there will not be a rematch. She will not get a third attempt at my belt. And I feel really like convicted in delivering that message.
So you spoke about how in the first fight, people have asked you like, oh, how come you didn't just stay on the outside and kind of just outbox instead of getting into like more of a brawl and stuff? And I mean, for obvious reasons, we kind of know why you guys got into a brawl, which leads me to the question, do you even think it's possible that you could go through this fight and not kind of end up being that type of fight again because of this buildup once again, and you going in there and maybe trying to stay on the outside, but as soon as you just start getting mad that both of you guys are just have that fire, you're just going to come at each other. Do you see that kind of happening here?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the people close to me, I think they're, they feel like we joke about it all the time. Yeah. So we talk about it a lot. So it's not something that's not in the realm of what's going to happen because it's talked about so much that might happen. But my thing is this, like, look, it would be so stupid for her to, it's kind of like when I fought Charissa, who I really love and respect and admire greatly. But in her fighter interview, she said, I'm going to make this fight ugly. I'm going to go in there and clinch with her and make this fight really dirty. And she was going to like put the pressure on me, which she did in the first round. And what did I do? That's like when you try to outdog me, that bigger dog comes out because I am a dog inside. I'm really just trying to polish it and be this diamond and box like I know I can. But at the end of the day, if you're ever going to try to outdog me, it's going to come out. So I feel like in that fight, I demonstrated, and this was a very good example of when someone tried to do that, I handled it really well. I do really well in the clinch. And now since I've been doing, jiu-jitsu and other awesome, and wrestling, I thought I was great at the clinch before that professional, 3 times a week training. Now I'm just mad great in the clinch, but it's only an advantage if you use it. And we're talking about my reach and we're talking about my boxing. And I think that that's something that's really evolved. And I think people, for the most part, really like it. And it's something that I can do different. So I think if I really want to challenge myself and not be personal and caught up in the emotions of the fight, I'll challenge myself, and it will not only challenge me to be committed and disciplined to boxing, but it will the result I want, which is a really quick, stunning knockout, because she's going to be right at the end of my punches on this one instead of me smothering my punches. So with that in mind, I really think I'm going to be, super fierce, and if someone wants to come at me, I can meet them with that energy, but it's going to go right back to boxing. And really think I just want to like outclass this girl, from her being trashing in her interviews and how she's approaching this and how she basically lied and gossiped and stirred the pot to this point. I think I'm just going to outclass her and level her up in every aspect. And maybe a dogfight might be the right way to do it. It might not. We're going to make that read on the day of the fight.
I want to go back to something that you said, that the BKFC said that she was going to have to win a few before you guys ever fought again. And when did they say that like before she fought Delaney and then she fought Veronica Dmitrieva, or was it after that? Because I want to say that in the 115-pound division, no other fight really. I think because you guys were debuting in Virginia and the timing. Now,
I mean, I really
Andy Wynn just fought in Myrtle Beach in January, so she isn't quite available. Jamie Hinshaw just fought at Knucklemania 3. She's not available. You already beat Charissa. Fanny Palumpi has had a hard time getting here the first time, so they probably didn't want to try to make that attempt again. So when it comes down to 115-pound fighters in your division, no other fight really made sense at this point other than Jenny. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I do. That's what I said. I get it. I do get it. I think that really in my heart, I was really thinking this Fanny fight was going to happen. So I've really been thinking about it basically since like August. I've been training and preparing for Fanny. They keep telling me it's Fanny. They told me it was going to be Fanny for Virginia. So, I've just had it in my mind. So I guess it was just shocking to me.
You wanted that fight.
But yeah, if we throw that away, then yeah, I guess really there is nobody at 115. I feel like they made this like big announcement that they signed some girl, Felice Herrig, I think was her name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, where's she? Where's she?
Oh, that would have been fun too. Yeah, Felice is a lifer at 115. So that would have been. Yeah, we talked to David Feldman back in December, and we asked her about her because they made that announcement. And I guess they had offered her, I think they offered her a fight in Denver or offered her a fight in Albuquerque. She didn't want that one. And then they offered her Denver, and it's at elevation at both of those locations. And she said she does not want to fight at elevation. She wants to fight at sea level somewhere. So I wonder what is the holdup there. That should be a name. Yeah. Virginia sea level. But anyways,
it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just relaying like
couldn't be any more sea level.
For me,
Virginia right there.
Don't care. I've always told you guys this. Like, this isn't nothing new. Like, I say I fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. I've always said that. I don't pick my opponents. You guys don't see me. I don't call out people. I don't make videos. I don't make posts. I don't harass my opponents. I just don't. When BKFC tells me who I'm fighting, I go and fight them. It's really just that simple. I don't make a big fuss about it. My whole thing with the Jenny Savage thing, though, is that she's been yipping and yapping online for about a year now. And I keep going to BKFC like, what the hell? This girl keeps running her mouth. And then she's saying that I'm not signing the contract. Like, what's going on? And you guys not telling me something? And they're like, no, you're not, don't worry about it. You're not fighting her. And so, yeah, I ignored her for such a long time where finally it just got to the point where it's ridiculous. And I did kind of, maybe I did spark it, and that's why this fight is happening, because I did go and make some posts to kind of answer back. And it's not because, I'm stooping to her level or anything like that. It's just, there's only so much you can take sometimes when you're dealing with people like this. They say something, you ignore it. Then they say something again, you ignore it. And then finally, sometimes those people give up and go somewhere else and bother somebody else. And then sometimes they're like, damn, like this girl's world revolves around me. Like, she probably literally goes to bed at night thinking, what could I say that would rile Britain up and get her mad and get her to respond? And so if you're really going to dream about me and think about me that much, I guess I might as well just respond.
I feel like there's just sometimes two people that just will never really like each other. And I just think that is you two guys, because like you said, when you guys both fought the first time, and even she said this, like, it seemed like maybe you guys are going to be like, oh, we fought. We're cool now. Things are good, which for a short time it was. And then it's right back to like, we really don't like each other. And I just think that's just the way it's always going to be between you two. Even, after this, I just don't see you guys ever getting along. I just think that's you two people who are just never going to really like each other. And that's,
yep. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. No, there is no after this fight. No redemption. I don't care what fucking happens. That girl will never be able to talk. I will never give her courtesy, respect, or anything for the shit that she's done and said in the last year. That was it wasn't me. Like I said, I already beat you. I could post clips of you over and over of me beating you, and I don't do it. Like, I don't do anything. You guys, if anyone can say that I've talked shit or post shit or harassed Jenny Savage online, like, prove it. Let me see it, because I keep in my own lane. I keep moving. Eyes are forward. And all this girl has done is constantly try to belittle me, disrespect me, put me down. So this feud isn't, oh, two people don't like each other. This feud is this one girl can't get my name out of her mouth no matter what I do. Even at the fight in Montana, she was like, "You got this, champ. Let's go." And she was being all nice to me. And I'm like, didn't you tell everyone that I don't deserve this belt? And she's like, "Oh, no, I didn't say that." And, people are telling me not to worry about it. And I'm like, you know what? I go up to her and I congratulated her on winning or not winning, doing her, completing her education. I was like, wow, it's a really good accomplishment. Let's just break this. Me be the bigger person. And then boom, right after the fight, she was right back online talking shit about me. I'm done giving people second, third, fourth, fifth chances. It's not happening for me anymore.
Wow. Last night we talked to her. We got her on short notice, and it was very cool of her to come on short notice, and she gave us a great interview. She was talking a lot about her growth as a person and her mental state right now, which I believe she seemed in a good spot at the moment. But we asked her to visualize this fight and how does she see it going. And I will tell you that she has done this. She said that she's watched it in her head and she has visualized a second round TKO of you. If I asked you to do the same thing right now, visualize this fight with you and Jenny next week, how do you see it playing out in your head? If you like positive visualization, where does your head take you when you start to visualize this fight with you and Jenny?
Wait a minute. Where do I visualize this? A minute knockout. First round. 1 minute.
Is that what the story is behind you drinking Minute Maid every day? I've been wondering.
Damn day. Every day. Positive visualization. I drink one every day while I run on that treadmill. Think about all the dirty, nasty things she said to me. I'm going to knock you out at the end of a clean, awesome, perfectly placed punch in 1 minute. Jenny Savage.
Wow. Whoa. I have honestly been wondering, like, what is the deal with the Minute Maid every day on the treadmill? You always make sure that you show the Minute Maid and you drink it. And I guess my dumb ass didn't fucking read into it that far. But
hey, I hope you got a sponsor by Minute Maid here.
Yeah,
Or get in touch with them.
Let's get that. Let's get that sponsorship. Britain, we are so happy that you came on tonight and you seem dialed in. You seem like the animosity is real. I don't know if you're going to be do you think you're going to be fighting angry on that night, or are you going to see red when you get in there with her, or is it clean, composed Britain like normal?
Yeah, no, my time for red and angry is gone. Like I said, I'm dialed in, I'm focused, I'm driven, and I'll really just have like one task in mind. It's not to get angry or panic or anything. It's just what I said. Just one task in mind, and I'm going to make sure it happens. And I'm just focused and driven on that exact moment. And I visualize it and play it in my head every night too. And it looks really pretty. It looks really clean. It looks beautiful, and it looks destructive.
Wow. Sounds like you both are ready to go to war in Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk.
We learned that today.
Norfolk. I feel like I'm saying fuck every time I say it, man. I feel like it's got to be wrong. I feel like it's got to be wrong, right?
Yeah, and this can't be right.
Hear that? I've never heard anyone say that.
No? Oh, man. Norfolk, Virginia. Here we go. BKFC 39. You're making your debut. I mean, in your home state debut. Co-main event. Title fight.
Pretty amazing fight.
Amazing fight. This is going to be great. We are going to be down there to see it live. I cannot tell you how excited I am to get down there. Before we let you go tonight, though, of course, we got to ask you some off the wall questions. So we're going to speed round the one and only Britain Hart. Before we let her go, number one, if you were queen for a day, what would be your first rule that you would change? What would be the first rule that you would change?
Oh man, that's a good one. Dang, I feel like I talk about this all the time, and now you put me on the spot. I'm like, damn, what would I do?
Oof.
I would make sure that, oh my God, that is a tough one. What would be the first rule that you would change?
We could come back to it. Circle back.
Yeah, let me circle back to that.
Circle back.
One.
Circle back. Okay, think about that one. Dwell on that one. Number 2.
What would be the worst buy one, get one free sale of all time?
Socks.
Socks. We were trying to come up with solid answers, and every answer that I came up with would get me canceled off the internet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna be. And some people would think that'd be great. I don't know what would be the worst. Buy one, get one.
What about like a flu shot? Be like, oh great, give me a second flu shot for free.
Wonderful. Don't
what the
need this.
fuck? No, thank you. No.
Oh God, it makes me think. All right, I'm gonna go back to the queen one then, because
Okay.
You got it.
because you brought up the shot. I feel like if I was queen, I would definitely change the first rule that everybody has the right to choose what goes in their body.
Outstanding. I like that.
I hate when people try to put things inside my body.
Yeah, I hate. We go on the road. We have one too many vodkas, and Mike's trying to enter me, and I fucking can't stand it.
Hates it.
Gross.
No, so like I hate hearing like, oh, you have to be vaccinated to do this. Like that is such, like
bullshit.
I feel like that's so wrong. Like I respect everyone's opinion and like, you know, if their choice to go get vaccinated, but to be forced to do it for a job or something, I just think I just don't agree with it. So I would change that.
You're talking to two guys that are in the
Britain.
fucking United States Army, and I'm telling you, like, so listen to this real quick story. We don't know what they're putting in our shoulder half the time, right?
Never.
So I got out of basic training in AIT and I went straight into a deployment. So when I was at basic training, I got all these shots. I got fucking like 16 shots in my shoulder. They did the smallpox shot. They did the fucking tuberculosis, the TB thing down here. Mm-hmm. And then I graduate. I go to AIT. I graduate that, and I go to my unit, and we get activated like 3 days later. And then we have to go to the freaking MOB site. So we're at the MOB site, and they're like, "We need to give you all these shots before you guys go overseas." And I'm like, "Hey, I just got all these shots. I just got them like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. You just don't have my record yet because I'm here. I just graduated. My medical record hasn't made it to you yet." You know what their fucking answer was? Just get them again.
Yeah, why not?
I fucking sat there and they slammed all these goddamn shots back into I got double the amount. It was absolutely insane. And on top of that, we were getting all the anthrax shots.
The anthrax and it was the anthrax and the smallpox. I got it at the same time. And then 10 minutes later, I was out cold in the fucking waiting room. I passed out, dropped all my stuff, but I held on to my Dunkin' Donuts coffee and didn't drop not even a drip. They said I dropped all my stuff, fell back into the chair, but held my coffee up, didn't drop any of it. Clean. Look at that.
Wow.
Even when I went out, I knew don't drop the coffee. It's very important.
So I love that rule. I love that rule that you said, because you know what the rule was for us for COVID? You get the vaccine or you get kicked out of the army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad.
Isn't that crazy? Yep. It's not like that anymore. They lifted that. It's over. Yeah. That's over. But
yeah, I know. But that exactly, which makes you really think and question it in the beginning. But
no bueno, man. I'm telling you, it sucks. Here we go. Number 3. What's the weirdest thing a guest has ever done at your house?
Gosh, I'll tell you.
Please do.
All the time. It pisses me off. First off, she painted my door gold, like glitter gold, and didn't ask my permission or anything. Like, she just did it. And I'm like looking at it. I look at it every day. I'm like, how did
you had a guest paint your door glitter gold without your permission?
No shit. I'm not even lying.
What the frick? Get them in here right now. Get them in
mad.
here now.
We're not friends
I have
anymore.
questions.
What's
going on here?
That's the door.
Why did you do this?
That is the most insane shit. So, like, she just happened to have a can of golden paint and a brush in her purse.
Dude, I don't know what she was thinking. She was crazy.
So do you just come home and it's like that?
Yeah.
It's like,
and I was like, whoa, Tawny.
That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, I'm like, no, it's not. Like, oh, I can fix it. I'll paint it back. That was like 2 years ago. maybe 3 years ago.
It's kind of weird too, because anytime I paint, I don't really ever even paint doors. So like just to paint a door in general, I think is something that doesn't really happen that often to begin with.
Now that I think about it, I'm like remembering the situation. It was during COVID. Yes. It was like, maybe she was like super bored. I freaking don't know. But
maybe the COVID shot got to her.
Yeah.
Fried her brain up.
It was right.
Lost paint.
That is, in the words of John Kerry in the comments, that is so random. It very, very much is that is a random occurrence for sure. For sure. That is crazy.
As soon as you answered, I said, let me tell you, because
Here it is
in front of me.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn day. And I'm like,
probably beautiful.
Or white.
When the sun shines through the window and hits it at 12:45 p.m. It's probably just a perfect glitter shining in there. Beautiful.
Just everyone knows it was just meant to be. I just things to gold, I guess.
So here's what you do. You take just black paint and a small brush and just make tick marks for every fight that you win for the rest of your life on that golden door and call it the champion door. You got fucking 18, 1, 2, 3, 4 / 1, 2, 3, 4 / What is that? What's up? What the fuck's up with that golden door and all those slashes? You fucking know. That's all you gotta say. You know.
That's awesome.
No, here you go. Recognize. Number 4. Last question for you.
Number 4, as we say here in Rhode Island. Number 4. What would be the creepiest thing you could say while passing a stranger on the street?
I mean, I could think of a lot of things, but
yeah.
I'm gonna beat you up while you're sleeping. I don't know.
You smell terrific.
Yeah. I guess
don't say anything, just sniff.
And I would.
I have buy one get one free flu shots in the alley right now.
Yeah,
that's good too.
Vote for me to be queen. I'll get rid of the flu shots.
Yeah. I'll paint your door gold.
Boom.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
So paint my door gold. What?
Why your mother says ask Britain about putting a whole container of glitter on her ceiling fan. Can you tell us what this is about? What'd you do with your
Is this some New Year shit?
No, I did do it. Actually, it was one of the years. So I worked for the Carolina Panthers, and they had their Christmas Eve game. So I had to be gone. It was the first Christmas away from my kids that I didn't wake up Christmas Day with them. So it was really, really sad moment, but something again that I knew that I would face being in the world of sports and sport management and yada yada. Anyways, I wanted to make it special for them, so I knew that they were going to be dropped off Christmas Day. So I went and got this big tub of glitter and I put it on the ceiling fan. So when they got dropped off on Christmas Day, they would come in, I would hit the ceiling fan and the glitter would go and it would be like snow. And it would be something magical and special I could do because I felt like I missed the magic. I mean, there's just nothing you can really replace on
my God.
Magic of waking up Christmas morning and that first like scene under the tree. Like that's a really special moment. So I wanted to create something that was just as magical. So anyways, I did the glitter thing on the fan and it was priceless. It was awesome. It was the magical reaction I was definitely hoping for. And they were like, oh my God, how did you do that? Do it again. I was like, But I was cleaning up that glitter for like probably 2 years.
Yes. I was just gonna say you're still cleaning up that glitter today.
glitter is the herpes of art supplies. It just never goes away. You can never get rid of it.
So I was deployed in 12-13 with Mike, and my wife sends me a care package, and inside that care package there was a shitload of glitter, right? So I open it up, and I fucking open up this card, and like glitter fucking goes everywhere. I had glitter all over my uniform, like all over my fucking bed floor for the rest of that deployment. No matter how hard I tried to clean up my shit, glitter kept showing up, dude. I know. I feel your pain. Glitter is
tough.
Like fucking ridiculous.
It's a tough toughie.
It was
Unreal.
It was only one magical Christmas that was like that.
Yeah, I bet it was awesome though.
Yeah,
Britain,
definitely.
we thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. I know that you're dialed in and you are focused on your fight 100%. We have been watching your training. We've been watching your opponent's training. It is getting us excited about this fight. You guys both seem like you have one task at hand in your life right now, and getting you on an interview and getting her on an interview was tough because both of you don't want to do anything else but punch each other in the face right now. So we are excited to see you back in there in your home state next Friday, the 24th. Take a minute, say some final words, deliver a message to anybody that wants to hear it. You have some huge fans in the comments. Hannah, your mom, Big Ben, Susan Walker, like all these, they're all in there. They're all saying a bunch of nice stuff. So anything you want to say, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. I really honestly say it each time, but this time is especially true. You know, I am focused. I am, I do have that rage and anger inside, but really, I really feel like when I go out there and win, it's a reflection of you guys. It's the love and support. And sometimes this dream has been turning into a nightmare, and it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't be worth it. So really appreciate that love and support and just keeping that fire inside me burning at all times. So mad, just love, and just everything. I don't even have words to describe what you guys do for me. So thank you. Especially now since I'm handy, I gotta also hand it out to these guys, Canamana Company. You guys need to check them out. I actually even kind of crazy forgot about it, but I had tennis elbow really bad at the beginning of fight, especially with doing BJJ and wrestling. It was really sparking it up, and ever since working with these guys and having this calm bomb, I'm like forgot that it was even an issue. So I'm super happy just to have my recovery and Canamana on top of that with my recovery process. Cultura Tattoo, they did my awesome arm piece, but they're helping me out for this fight. DM Building and Ray Neff and NatFit San Diego are all, on the west side. And then I'm bringing, What's Pop and corn snacks. So you guys definitely, if you didn't have your popcorn out for this show, definitely have them for fight night. Yeah, there they go.
Oh, yeah, they're our sponsor too. So
sweet. See, yep, I'm rocking that badass logo on my trunks for the fight. So
saw that.
Cool. Trying to keep my hair brown and maybe kind of look a little like, like that girl.
Like the logo? Is the logo after you? Is that you?
Yeah,
I think it is.
I'm gonna start thinking I'm just gonna plaster a few tattoos on it, like.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm really happy going in. Yeah, I'm happy that I have the support. I have Lux Boxing Gym. I have, you guys talked to Reggie earlier. I spent a week out there with him. I've been full circling, kind of looping back to some of my old stomping grounds here in Virginia, kind of just saying, hey, I didn't forget about you guys. I wish I could bring everybody with me, but you guys were a part of me and a piece of me and building me, to get to this point, whether it was in a boxing match or, helping fight camp or sparring, they've all played a part in making me who I am. And even my people from Miami and Florida, Ryan Perez is still coming up. He's still going to be in my corner, so yeah, I'm really, really just happy to have these people. Pink Tyson, Kalia, Pinky was one of my, magic superpowers during one of my fight camps. She's fighting in London the day after me. So we're still super connected with our energies and our friendship and, just so many other people that really play a part. They might think it's small, but to me, it really makes a difference. So thank you.
Awesome. No, you definitely have a huge support system for sure. And thank you very much for coming on. Like I said, Mike and I will be down there next week. We cannot wait to get there for the weigh-ins and everything. We love the atmosphere of every BKFC event. We're still blown away by this whole Delray Beach shit that just happened today. Can you even believe that? Like, they dropped the ball big time down there in Delray Beach for sure.
Yeah, I'm still kind of confused. I really just found out, and then I got little snippets, but I had this interview and I've had a lot of other crazy things happen today, but so I haven't really had time to like reflect on it, but I did see a weird comment that I'm like kind of confused about. So yeah, interesting that happened.
If you want to see, there's like if you go to Dat's page, there's a
I
news
can send it to you.
Article, or it's not an article, it's more like a little news video, like a 2-minute video. And that guy who does that talks to Dat, but then goes to City Hall and they kind of talk about the Delray Boxing Club and how they weren't supposed to be working with a third party or something. So it's kind of weird. I think it's stupid. I feel like they could have let it happen, and there's just people not budging. It's all around shitty, and I'm sure there's a lot of little things that we'll find out as time goes on.
Right. Interesting. But, really at the end of the day, like I said, it's crazy. Each fight I really look at like this is the most important fight of my life. Like I really have had that mentality, and I think I've done a really good job at that. But really for this fight, I really want to say it's really been like that. And I've really not focused on anything else. And I feel bad because this is like my home state where I'm at in Virginia. This is probably where the fans want me to talk to them, part of them the most. But I've just been super hyper focused on doing this whole 1 minute thing.
Where is the after party gonna be in Virginia? We need to know. That's an important part of our trip.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool to know. I actually don't even know.
You don't even know?
I think Reggie and his mom Kim, she's bad. She's amazing. She's really great, and I think she's got all that stuff under wraps.
Nice.
So
all right,
whatever they tell me, when we win these belts and keep them in Virginia, whatever she says goes. We're gonna throw it down.
Momager.
Hey, well, before we let you go, I'm going to read you 2 comments from the comment section. I think they're your 2 biggest fans here. Hannah, I love you. Best friend, thank you for being the best inspiration. I get to look up to you every day. You are the best. And your mom, Annika, of course, huge supporter of the show. Love you, my beautiful warrior. There you go. There's some kind words from 2 of your biggest supporters. And thank you so much for coming on the show. We will see you in about 7 days from now when we get our asses down to Virginia for this event. Mike, you got anything else for Britain?
I cannot wait. History is happening next week. Bare knuckle in Virginia, 2 title fights. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be incredible.
Yes, it is definitely going to be incredible. I can't wait. I'm counting down the days. It's like 9 days now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see.
Fast enough.
Here we go. We'll see you in a week.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Later, Britain.
Bye-bye. Britain Hart, the reigning defending BKFC strawweight champion, taking on her arch rival, Jenny Savage. There it is. You see it. March 24th, next Friday. That is 8 days from now, actually. 8 days away. BKFC 39. New main event. Reggie Barnett versus Daniel Alvarez. Britain Hart, Jenny Savage. Those 2 fights alone are worth the price of admission. I can't fucking wait for this, dude.
Woo!
It's gonna be awesome.
It's
gonna be awesome.
Wait. I know we always say that, but it's really true. I'm so bummed out about tomorrow night. I was looking forward to that. That was my night tomorrow. Now what am I going to do?
So for those who didn't hear us earlier, the event tomorrow night is now going to take place April 21st in Pembroke Pines, probably at the same place that they had the last one.
The Charles F. Dodge Center. That is not
Charles F. Dodge
official, but that is where they had.
That's what they
had last time in Pembroke Pines.
Yeah,
and Pembroke Pines, we've been there a bunch of times. My sister-in-law actually lives there. I don't know many other places
Beautiful
in
area.
Pembroke Pines. That is, how many event centers could they really have there? That is
Right.
that size. Not many. I mean, then they would just go to Hollywood, which is, you know,
Oh man, I wish we can get to that one, but unfortunately, with our jobs and our fucking schedules, it's impossible to keep getting to every one of these things.
What
But
is this?
I mean, Pembroke Pines, guys, if you guys can get to one, and I believe, and I think they announced it, that everybody that had tickets for the Delray Beach event, those tickets are good for that Pembroke Pines event,
Yep.
right? So it's not like the people that, unfortunately, the people that fucking. No, Absent Mind is asking, so is BKFC 39 technically 38 now? I believe they're leaving the numbers as is. This is going to be
too much
39.
promotion, I think.
Yeah,
There's too many flyers out.
39 is going to take place before 38 now.
Yep.
I believe. And like it does really, really suck for the people that booked hotels, booked rental cars, booked flights that flew down
and
there
can't
for
make
this.
it.
Yeah, now they got to fly back down there, and you know, hopefully most
Or they
of the
can't
crowd was
make it.
local. Yeah,
Be able to go.
yeah. It's really, that's really rough. And you know what? I hope that the BKFC takes the city of Delray to fucking
if this is
I hope they
absolute
sue the city of Delray, because it's costing their fan base a ton of money, but it's costing the company a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
And they said they're going to take care of the fighters. They're going to, you know, I don't know what they're doing. We're not going to speak on that, but they did say that it was out of their hands and they feel terrible, and they're going to take care of the fighters as best as they can. And the card is moved to April 21st. So the day before my kid's 12th birthday, actually. So unbelievable turn of events there, but great interviews tonight with Kasim Ruffin, the BKFC bantamweight champion Reggie Barnett Jr. and the BKFC women's strawweight champion Britain Hart.
Yep.
I enjoyed all three of them tonight.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of that, Mike?
And last night was great. Tonight was great. Tomorrow was gonna be great, but all right, whatever. I guess I'll just have to do something else, you know.
Yeah, March Madness, dude. You can watch some college basketball.
March Madness. You know what's funny is I'm so out of the loop because of BKFC and all the time that we spend like dedicated to this sport. I have been neglecting, like, if other sports were my kids, I would be absolutely DCYF would take them away from me, because I have not been watching them at all. They just
hey,
doing their
by the
own
way,
thing.
I want to tell you guys this. So when we heard about this shit this morning, right? We hear that it's the city of Delray, right? We're like, it's not BKFC. It's not fucking the commission. It's none of that. It's the city. What's this motherfucker over here do? He calls the mayor's office. He calls the mayor's office. He says, I want to talk to Samson. No, but he says, I want to talk to, he's like, hey, my name is Michael Hunnell.
I got super professional.
Yeah, he got
on them.
super professional.
So funny.
He's like, my name is
hello,
Michael Hunnell, and I would like, we're, you know, blah, 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 about the BKFC. And I would like to get a statement from somebody in that office over there. I'd like to speak to a spokesperson for the mayor or possibly the mayor. Blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm on like 3 different people's answering machines.
But he ends up talking to a couple people. But then after talking to a couple people, they said they're going to give you a call back, and you never got a call back.
No, they did not. Their PR person who, oh, and by the way, Gina Carter, public information officer for the mayor's office, did not call me back. I'm on her answer machine. I'm waiting for you to call me back.
Gina Carter.
I called. They tried to give me the runaround, okay? And I completely told this lady, like, what are you talking about? I don't want to talk. She's like, oh, you could just use the email. And I said, are you talking about the email that's on the mayor's Delray Beach, the website? And she goes, well, let me see. Support at BKFC something. I said, no. I said, I don't need to talk to BKFC. I need to talk to the mayor or somebody who's representing the office. I don't need, why would I said, I need to ask you. I said, you guys don't have a public representation. She's like, and then she goes, oh, don't ask me. I'm just the front desk lady. And I'm like, what?
Well, okay, patch me through to somebody that can answer me.
Why did you just give me an email then? Why did you talk to me for 4 minutes? So she tried to give me the runaround. I was not having that shit.
She's like, BKFC support. I talked to them. I talked to the BK. I talked directly to the BKFC. I don't need to talk to them.
I
want to talk to you.
I want
to
to
talk to your boss. Put your boss on with me, tough guy.
I want to talk to Samson.
Nah, man. We tried to do that investigative journalist type shit today, but
I was Walter Cronkite today.
When it comes down to it, it was a shit show. Fuck the city of Delray right now. Hopefully they smarten up, and hey, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. We'll do a show next Wednesday, and then Mike.
I don't think we're doing a show next Wednesday.
We're flying on Thursday morning. Oh, never mind.
Like 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, we're not doing a show. So you got no show from us next week. You know what we do? Why don't we try to go live from Virginia? Yeah, like we did down in Albuquerque. If you guys liked that, let us know in the comments if you liked what we did in Albuquerque, where we were just grabbing random people and talking and also putting together a show. That went pretty good down there. So maybe we'll bring our equipment and we'll try to put together a live show from BKFC 39 weigh-ins tomorrow. Next week. Susan says yes, do it, and she's one of our biggest supporters. Michael Quigg says do it. Let's do it, Mike. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
There it is. So look for us live from BKFC 39 next week. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging with us for 2 hours tonight and an hour and 40 minutes last night. It's been a fun ride this week. I'm tired as hell. We got to work tomorrow, and then I got to fucking inspect
damn drill.
We got drill this weekend. So you know what? It's team no sleep for these guys over here. Mike, you got anything else for these peeps?
Uh-uh.
Peace, peeps.